A while ago I had this conversation with this girl, and she was telling me about her dad, who's a big businessman and does some kind of shady stuff. But one weekend every year, he and a bunch of his colleagues go over to Africa and give out some money and do a bunch of good deeds, and it makes him a good person. It makes up for all this terrible stuff done all year. I don't want to get into how stupid the idea that giving someone money helps them. That's a whole other video worth. I want to address the concept of doing something bad versus doing something good, and how you can't equate them very easily. Okay, you can't make up for a year of bad deeds in a weekend. You can't even make up for a weekend of bad deeds in a year, because it is so much easier to destroy something than it is to create. Positive actions require so much more energy than negative actions. And if you need an example of this, go find some blocks and build a castle and see how long it takes you to build a castle. A few minutes, whatever, and then ask someone to come over and wreck it. Bam, they'll kick it and it'll be done in half a second. So that's like 100 times the amount of time it takes to build a thing as it does to knock it down. And it's not just with physical objects, building things. It works that way with relationships too. And this is one thing a lot of people don't realize, and they go around destroying their relationships because they think they can do a negative action and a positive action and somehow it balances out. It doesn't balance out, because the negatives outweigh the positives by a lot. Here's an example. Say you have two people. Here's our two people. This person always tells the truth, and this person always lies. Now say this truth-telling person who always tells the truth suddenly tells you a blatant, bold-faced lie. Are you going to trust them after that? No, not really. You might still kind of trust them, like, well, usually they tell the truth, but, and if they tell you two lies, that's it. You just know that you have to question everything they say. They might be lying. So that truth person is ruined so easily. Now say you've got a person here who lies all the time. Say they tell you one truth. Is that going to do anything? Is that going to suddenly make you start thinking, well, they told me a truth, they must be, no. What if they tell you 2 or 3 or 10 truths in a row? You're still going to say, well, I still can't trust that person because they generally lie all the time. So you can take your truth-telling person and destroy them with 1 or 2 lies. But your liar, you can't fix them with 1 or 2 truths. And it's like that with relationships in general. You have to consistently do good. You have to consistently do positive things. You can't just crap on someone and say, well, that's okay, because, I did something nice to you right before that. So it evens out. No, it doesn't even out, dude. You might be saying to yourself, okay, if destruction is so much easier to do than creation, where's all this destruction around us? If people are being so destructive and just not caring, where's all this destruction? I could give you a million tiny little examples in your lives, but I'm just going to give you a couple huge ones. Okay, take all the human beings on the planet, right? If you put them all in one place, they would fit inside Rhode Island, which is the smallest state in the United States. On a globe, it's like a little dot. So all the humans on the planet Earth make this little dot, all 7 billion of us put together. That little dot has created a garbage zone the size of Texas, which is a lot bigger than Rhode Island. The size of Texas out in the Pacific Ocean. It's just garbage. And it's killing everything there. And there's another one of these giant garbage piles out in the Atlantic somewhere. Anyway, in addition to that, we've been destroying the air we breathe, the air quality. Like, we are actually, this little speck of us, human beings, is destroying the air quality on the entire planet. And you go back a couple hundred years, and you ask someone, hey, where's the nearest water? Can I drink from it? chances are, yeah, you can go ahead and drink from it. You know, occasionally there'd be stagnant, gross water you wouldn't want to drink from. But generally, if there's water around, yeah, go ahead, drink it. Let me ask you, watching this, where's the nearest outdoor water? Can you drink in it? Would you even want to swim in it? I mean, we can't even swim in the water now. It's so polluted and horrible. It'll make you sick. And if you drink it, you'll be just barfing your guts out. So us as humans, we are having a negative impact on the life-sustaining capabilities of the entire planet. That is the destruction that we're causing. And you don't see it at your homes usually, because you sit there, you know, oh, I'm on my computer, it's working, everything's fine, my lights turn on, I get my water out of my thing. But some guy comes at least once a week to most people's houses and takes away your garbage. But it's not gone. That's destruction that you've caused that you're just not seeing anymore. It's somewhere else causing problems for other people. And causing problems for you because you're living on this planet. And the more you destroy it, the more it's going to catch up to everyone. Anyway, I could go on and on about this. But basically, destruction and negativity and fighting and all this garbage is just a coward's way to deal with life. A courageous person creates things. And I know if you create something, you're taking a chance that it can be broken. That's why it takes a courageous person to be creative and positive. It doesn't take anything to be destructive. That's easy. Anyone can do that. Any piece of garbage can cause more garbage. So I'm just gonna say to people, be courageous and be creative and be a positive person. And don't care that everyone around you is gonna give you peer pressure to be cool and destructive. Because it's not cool. It's cool to be creative, and makers rock.